Hello everybody, my name is Aileen. Welcome to my channel and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I am 19 years old and I am pregnant, 33 weeks and 1 day. Yep. I'm having a boy and I am due April 1st. This is my first baby. So, you can tell by the title, I'm going to be doing my hair, my makeup, and just kind of like a little glow up because literally this is how I've looked for the past like 3 days. I don't know, getting ready just takes a lot sometimes when being pregnant, so I'd rather just look like a bum. So yeah, I'm gonna be telling you guys a story. I don't know what story yet. So I'm gonna do my hair and then I'm gonna come back and then I'm gonna start telling you a story while I do my makeup. I just have to think of what story it is. My bangs, these things, yeah, I had a mental breakdown and I cut them. My boyfriend is in our room, so he's probably gonna be playing music while I do this. Let's see. Wow, I look great. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna speed this up and then I am going to do my makeup while I talk to you guys. But I will show you guys how I'm doing my hair really quickly and then I'll speed it up. So, I'm going to be crimping my hair. The last video I had my hair crimped. So yeah, I've been kind of liking the way it looks, so I'm gonna crimp it. Oh, this is really hot. I just burnt myself. So all I do is get like a very thin strand of hair.
And then just go down. My hair is naturally wavy, as you guys just saw, and it's kind of trash. It's not even like a cute wave, it's like, what the hell is that kind of wave? Oh, I messed that part up.
See? So that's all I'm gonna be doing to my whole hair. So yeah, we're gonna speed this part up now. Change of plans. My phone's actually gonna die, so I'm gonna do my hair when my phone charges and then I'm gonna come back and do my makeup and tell a story. Okay guys, so I did my hair and I did my eyebrows because I started talking about something very serious. It's pretty much like how I struggled with addiction and everything like that. I just feel like I can't talk about it yet in this channel. I really do want to, but not probably till later. So I'm just gonna do my makeup and talk to you guys about how I found out I was pregnant, because I did this video, I filmed it, I had it up on my channel, but I deleted it because I didn't like the way it came out. So anyways, so I'm just gonna do my everyday makeup routine and tell you guys how I found out I was pregnant. Before I do that, I do have some questions that were left on my last video. Thank you for commenting and supporting me. You have commented on my past 2 videos and I appreciate it so much. You know who you are. First question is, how much weight have you gained? I've gained only 8 pounds through my whole pregnancy. I don't know, my doctor has not really told me like it's not good that you're not gaining a lot of weight, but I'm a very petite person. I've always been thin. I'm really tall, but I'm 5'7", but I weigh like before I came out pregnant I weighed 149 and now I weigh 157. So yeah, I've only gained like 8 pounds. But like I said, my doctor hasn't really said like it's not good that I'm not gaining a lot of weight. I'm really just all baby. Like that's all that's right here is just baby. Any stretch marks? Do you use anything for them? I don't have any stretch marks on my belly. I can't really see down here, so maybe I do have a little bit right here. But like there's not any. The only place I have them are on my hips, and I do have them below my butt as well. You guys probably want to see my belly more. There's baby, guys. As you can see, like I said, I'm just baby. Like literally that's all that's there. He's literally like just a little basketball. So yeah, no, I haven't got stretch marks on my belly. I have them on the bottom of my butt though, and on my hips. What I use for them is the Palmer's Cocoa Butter Massage Cream for stretch marks. It came in a kit of 4. It comes with therapy oil, the massage lotion, and then the belly butter. I do use just this one right now. Once I run out of this one, I'll move to this one. If I run out of this one, I'll use the belly butter. I really like the therapy oil, but it fell behind my dresser and I haven't been able to get it. I got out of breath doing all that standing and talking. So yeah, this is what I use on my belly. But what I would recommend if you're trying to like not get stretch marks, don't scratch and start using your like oils, creams as soon as possible. Like if you just found out you're pregnant and you're only like 12 weeks, you're not even showing it, use creams and oils. Like I started using my creams at like 11 weeks. Right when I found out I was pregnant, I started putting lots of lotion on my belly, and then I got the cocoa butter by Palmer's. It wasn't the one for stretch marks, but it was just the cocoa butter, and I used that till I was like 27 weeks, and then my friend got me these for Christmas. So yeah, I would recommend starting to use oils as soon as you can. That's that. Did you do a maternity shoot or a belly cast? I have not done a maternity shoot or belly cast. I did ask for a belly cast for my baby shower on my registry, so I'm hoping somebody will get me it. I really want to do one, and if I do get one, I'll make a video of me doing it. But for a maternity shoot, I don't really think I'm going to do a maternity shoot. I take a lot of pictures of my belly. I have lots of videos of my belly. I'll probably just take pictures on my own. I don't want to spend money that I really don't need to, you know. So yeah, those are the questions she asks. She asked. If you guys have any questions like that, leave them down below and I will answer them in my next video. Now on to my makeup. Literally, I just did my eyebrows with the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Brow Pomade in the color Deep Brown. It looks like this. And it also came with its own brush. I didn't like the brush, so I used my e.l.f. Duo brush. So yeah, very cool. Okay, now I'm going to do my foundation. I'm going to be using the Matte and Poreless Fit Me foundation in the shade 115 Ivory. And then I'm going to be using my little beauty blender. I don't know what brand this is. I think it's Real Techniques. And then what I do is I get this brush. It's very dirty. I need to clean my brushes. And I put this on the back of my hand. Not a lot. I try not to wear a lot of foundation because I don't really think I need it. I do have a little like redness here and there, but it's nothing bad. My mirror is up here, so that's what I'm looking at. Okay, so how I found out I was pregnant. I was only... Okay, so this was in July of 2019. I found out on the 29th that I was pregnant, and I actually took the pregnancy test 3 days before actually like seeing that it was a positive pregnancy test, and I'm gonna tell you guys why. So pretty much 2 weeks before even like taking the pregnancy test or anything, my boobs started hurting very badly to the point where I could not even lay on them. Any like touch was, they were very sensitive. And then I started sleeping a lot more. I was getting moody. I was just really tired. I was getting little headaches. I started just, honestly, those were signs of my period. That's literally how I would get before my period would come. So I kind of just thought it was my period because I had been off birth control for 2 years. Me and my boyfriend were not having protected sex. So I kind of didn't think I could have kids because I wasn't getting pregnant because I was on birth control. I thought I couldn't have kids. So yeah, I really didn't think I could have kids. And so I just kept saying like, oh, it's my period. And it was around the time my period was supposed to be coming. I would get my period at the end of the month. Or the beginning. My period was a little bit off, By the way, guys, I burnt my neck while I was doing my hair, so that's not a hickey. But my period was either would come at the end of the month or the beginning of the month. It was really weird. So I was just waiting for my period to come. I was getting signs of my period, but the only thing that was different was my boobs were hurting really, really bad. My boobs wouldn't hurt when my period was coming. So I started kind of like complaining to my boyfriend and my best friend. So yeah, I kind of told them like, guys, like my boobs hurt really bad. And oh, I'm using the Fit Me concealer in the shade 5 Ivory as well. So one day, it was probably like 4 days before finding out I was pregnant, I was sitting in the dining room with my best friend and my boyfriend, and I was like, oh my god, like my boobs hurt so bad. And my best friend was like, can I feel them? And I was like, yeah. And so she felt them, and she like was like, dude, like I think you're pregnant. And I was like, I can't be pregnant, like what do you mean? And she's like, because your boobs feel very like hard, like tender, and that's how my sisters felt when we found out she was pregnant. And so I was just like, no, like I think it's my period. And she was like, well, maybe we should just get you a pregnancy test just in case. She was like, let's just get you a pregnancy test just to make sure, just to, you know, be safe. And I said, okay. So the next day she went to work, and she worked at the Family Dollar. And she got me a pregnancy test. She got home at like at 10 at night, and she handed me it. She's like, go take it. And I was like, I'm gonna wait to take it till the morning because that's the best time to take a pregnancy test. And so that day, that morning, actually, we were supposed to go out of town with one of our friends, just me and the baby's father. So it was like 4 in the morning. We started getting ready, and I was doing my hair, and the pregnancy test was just kind of sitting there. I'm using the Wet n Wild contouring palette, and I'm using the powder side to powder my face. So the pregnancy test was just sitting there, and I was just kind of staring at it, and I was like, oh my god, like there's no way I'm pregnant, like I can't be pregnant. So I was taking the test, and my boyfriend came in, and he's like, hey, they're here, like let's go. So he kind of rushed me, and I put the little drops. It was one of the 99-cent ones, and I'll show you it right now because I still have it. And I just put like the 3 drops, and then right away it like the pee moved into the test, and I just saw one line, and I was like, okay, I'm not pregnant. I stuck the pregnancy test back in the box, and I put it in my bathroom drawer. The weird thing is, I have taken pregnancy tests before, and usually like I would just throw them away, but that time I stuck it in my drawer. So if that wasn't a sign, I don't know what it is. So anyways, I was like, I told the baby's father, like, oh yeah, I'm not pregnant, like I knew I wasn't pregnant, da 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 da. And he was like, okay. And then I went on with my life for 3 days. And one night we did some things, and after we did those things, I got up, and I had really, really bad cramps. So I was like, I think my period, like might have just came. So I came to the bathroom, nothing was there, and I told Jesse, the baby's dad, I was like, something's not right, like I don't feel right, like my body just feels weird. And I was like, I'm gonna look at that test again. I'm using the bronzer now. And so he's like, okay. So he was laying in the room. My bathroom's right next to my room, like they're connected. So I came into the bathroom, pulled the test out, and this is what I saw. Okay, obviously it's faded, like it has faded over time because it's been like 4 months. Okay, look at how faint that is. I'll put a picture of it, what it looked like when I saw it for the first time. but literally that's how faint it is. Like, that's how faint it was. It was a little bit darker, but it looked pretty much like that. That's why I think I didn't see it the day I took it, because it was just very faint and I didn't bother to sit there and like look at it. So I was like standing here all quiet, and then Jesse was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Babe, come here." And he's like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "Just come here, like come in here." So he comes in here. My eyes are watering. I am like in shock, and he I was like, "Tell me there's another line on there." And he takes it from me and he's like, "I see one." And at first I kind of thought it was just dry pee, because it kind of looked like the pee stopped on that spot. So I was like, maybe it's dry pee. So I took a picture of it. I'll enter the picture right now. I was like, "No, like that's a line." And then I kind of looked at him and I was like, "I'm pregnant." And like he started, like his eyes started watering, and I was like, "Holy crap." So I was like, "You know what, I gotta make sure like we're not seeing things." I sent the picture to my best friend because she wasn't home at the time. She actually stayed at a friend's house that night. I'm using LA Colors Rad Rouge blush. Looks like that. So yeah, she stayed at a friend's house that night, and so I sent her the picture of the test, and she said, "What's that?" Because I had told her too that I wasn't pregnant, and I was like, "Dude, like I just looked at that test and like literally there's another line there now." And she was like, "You better not be like messing with me, like whose pregnancy test is this?" And I was like, "No dude, like I'm serious." And she calls me and she's like, "What the hell, like holy shit." And I was like, "Yeah, like I'm pregnant." And she's like, "Well, what are you gonna do?" And I was like, "Well, I'm gonna keep it, obviously." And she's like, "No, like you need to call the doctors just to make sure everything's okay." So it was like probably 8 in the morning at this point, and I called my mom and I was like, "Hey mom, like I gotta tell you something." And then she's like, "You're pregnant." And I was like, "How did you know?" And she's like, "I had a dream the other day that you had a baby, and right when I woke up I went and threw up." So I was like, "Oh shit." So she's like, "I'm gonna call the doctor for you, and I'll call the doctor, see if they could get you in for today," because it was early. It was like on a Friday? Thursday, maybe? I think it was a Thursday. So she's like, "I'll call you right back." So she calls me back and she's like, "They want you in there at 11, so be ready by 10:30 and I'll go pick you and Jesse up." So we kind of came back and we were just laying here, and I was like undressing and I started crying, and I was like, "What if I'm pregnant?" Like I was struggling with addiction at that point, and he's like, "Everything will be okay, like, you know, you're gonna, like, it'll be okay, like we'll figure it out, like obviously you're gonna get clean." And I was like, "Yeah," like I knew that right from the jump that I was gonna stop getting high. So I ended up, so 10 rolls around and we started getting ready or whatever, and honestly I was in shock. I didn't know how to feel. Like I was very scared because, like I said, I was struggling with addiction, and the thing that kept going through my head was something's gonna be wrong with the baby, or like the baby's not gonna be healthy, or I'm gonna lose the baby. So I was just really scared that that's what was gonna happen. And so my mom picks us up and we go to the doctor. I pee in a cup, and like we're sitting in the doctor's office. My mom's kind of like stressed out too because she knew I was struggling with addiction as well. And curling my eyelashes. And so we were kind of like all sitting there all quiet, and I started crying, and I was like, "I don't know what I'm gonna do, like I'm really nervous, like I'm really scared." Like at first, not that I didn't want the baby, I was just like very scared that something was gonna be wrong with it. And then the nurse walks in and she says, "Positive pregnancy test." And me and my mom were like, "Yeah." We thought she asked like, "You had like you're here because you had a positive pregnancy test." So me and my mom were both like, "Yeah." And then the nurse was like, "Oh, okay." she's like, well, good luck. And my mom was like, so she's pregnant? And she's like, yeah, she's pregnant. And so I was like, oh my god. My mom started crying, I started crying. Jessie was just sitting there like very in shock. The doctor walked in after the nurse came in. I'm using the Lash Sensational by Maybelline. So why did the lighting get like that? So anyways, so yeah, the doctor comes in and I had to tell him, like, can we get an ultrasound as soon as possible, because I am going through an addiction and I want to make sure everything's okay. And he's like, yeah, of course, like I could get you in probably in like on Monday, because I think it was a Thursday. So it was the 29th. That day was July 29th. I had my first ultrasound August 1st. So he's like, yeah, we'll get you in to do a ultrasound. And at that time, I don't think my doctor really knew that how serious my addiction was, because he kind of just told me, like, well, stop getting high, and I knew I was going to. I'll tell you guys a little bit more about that in another video. If you really want me to talk about my addiction, I will, and how I got clean and everything. But in this video, I'm not going to. So anyways, then the ultrasound rolls around and we go in and they tell me that there's no heartbeat, and all there was the baby's amniotic sac. So I got really scared that, like, he wasn't in there anymore, or like he wasn't developing. So 2 weeks goes by and they wanted to see me again just to be sure. So it was 7 weeks at this point, and when I went in, there was a little baby in there, and his heartbeat, I heard his heartbeat for the first time. And once I heard his heartbeat, everything changed. I knew I needed to get clean, because when I had went for the first ultrasound, not hearing a heartbeat, not seeing a baby, I was just like, I wasn't attached, which is very, very hard for me to say. It kills me to say that. Like, I wasn't attached to him yet. I didn't know it was him, but I wasn't attached to the baby yet. But the day I heard his heartbeat for the first time, like, I got the mom mentality that, like, okay, this baby's depending on me. I have to be healthy for him to be healthy. So I reached out for help, and then I got clean. I could do a video on how I got sober, but yeah, it was very scary. It was very hard, and I struggled, and I went through a lot with my pregnancy, and I'm still going through it, but I mean, I'm doing a lot better now. I am clean. So yeah, that's how I found out I was pregnant. My mom literally is so excited because I am the baby of the family of my 2 older brothers, and they say it's different when your daughter has a baby. So our first ultrasound, she was there and she was like, my baby's having a baby, and was crying. And to this day, my mom's just so excited, and I'm excited, and I can't wait to meet my little boy. He literally saved me, really. He did. He helped me get out of an addiction that I never thought I could get out of, and I will tell you guys about it if you really want me to. I'm a little scared to get judged, but I mean, it's part of life, so it is a part of my journey. So I do want to talk about it, but I don't know if you guys want to see something like that. So yeah, there's my makeup. I do curl my eyelashes one more time. I love that mascara so much. I'm gonna try showing you guys the baby's dad. He's in my room. We are together, by the way, guys. Me and the baby's father have been together for 5 years. Well, it'll be 5 years in April. So, crazy. I've pretty much been with him my whole life. Okay. So, now I'm going to set my face with the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Spray Set. I really don't wear highlight or anything. I like my face to look like pretty natural. Just throw on some chapstick. And there you go. Okay, so my phone's gonna die, so I'm gonna end this video. I hope you enjoyed watching me do my makeup and me telling you guys how I found out I was pregnant. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. Please subscribe to become part of my journey of becoming a first-time mom. New and exciting videos are coming up. My baby shower is literally in 2 weeks. Literally less than 2 weeks, in 9 days. So I'm super excited to show you guys my baby shower vlog and everything. So yeah. Any comments, anything, any questions, leave them down below and I will answer them in the next video. Bye!